Hello and welcome to August 4th, Alpha's KR 111. What a pullback, but let's go on there. Before we continue, we did have also a pullback in the Stochastic. We were positive yesterday, and today we're at minus 4.3, and the SPY continues marching on at 18.7. Yep, 18.7 for the SPY. So that said, let's go on now here to KR. And KR had 11. Now, notice that it didn't come down and go 50% of the previous candle. So there is possibility some going to be a developing a minor support in here before we can continue marching on. The indicators are in the mixed territory. Stochastics is running flat. RSI is dipping, but the MACD histogram and the value are both increasing. Excuse me. And this one down here is ATR. This ATR is 91.916. That's the ATR. Okay, so that's it for KR. Now, we did put the stop. Excuse me. We did put the stop at 3 to 1. So if it comes down and does get into the zone and has taken out, we're going to leave the field with some kind of profit, build back our buying power. As you can see, we're at 1155. We did not, the two that did the CVS that we were hoping would come from the scanner, it did not show up in the scanner today. And that was because it was out of the sweet spot. I mentioned before, there's a sweet spot down here for the STO and the RSI, and that is the 40 to 60. You want to enter into in the up or down direction, whichever direction you're going, is entered in the between the 40 and 60 value. So for calls, it would be plus 40 to 60, and for puts, it would be 60 or less and above 40. That is the what you're looking for to get into the indicators for known as the sweet spot. So that takes care of KR, and KR does get stopped out at 39.84. We might pick up maybe $300 profit on the trade, and knocking down the ode of 21.30 just a tiny bit, but still be marching in the right direction. But more importantly, is we get our buying power built back up again and let the scanners do the work and finding those opportunities to getting in. That said, we go on now to PG, and here at PG. PG is still in the up, still climbing. That's another thing too. We got. Let me go back to KR just one moment, please. We are still in an uptrend. We still have the 10 EMA is in a strong uptrend. Look at the angle of attack. If your zero line was here, then you'll be able to make a measurement between here and to the zero line, and that would be like if it stays in that 40% sweet spot also of the incline up, then you're also it's considered a strong trend, 40% or higher on the angle of attack. If it's 40% or less, then it means it'll be weakening. All right, that goes on now to PG. And here at PG, we still have a nice incline. It's just maybe a little bit of maybe profit, accumulation. Could be some accumulation happening in this zone and right in here. Our stop is at our stop is at the first ratio, and let's go see where that first ratio is to see if it. I don't think it cleared the third ratio as of yet. Time frame. Here we go. Custom, and we're going to go to June 1st because the trade goes back that far, and the aggregation is a day, and there it is. Yeah. So we did clear the third ratio, but not a real definitive clear out. We are at the first ratio, which is still considered to be some kind of profit. And again, if it continues marching and gets into the gets past the fourth and fifth ratio, then we'll be considered that 3 to 1 right there, just as we did with KR, and continue marching for the DT. This is October. This is one of our Octobers. So yeah, KR and PG are both our October expirations. Okay, that takes us now on to McDonald's. Now, McDonald's, recall, is a put, and look here. We have cleared the first ratio. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little closer. We have cleared the first ratio of McDonald's right there. And so the result is we're now going to move our stop now to 237.3, which is indicating a 27. This is a 27% gain right here. So if it retreats and comes back up, we might get stopped out with maybe 10 or 15% gain. But again, a small wins eats away at the ode, but more importantly, it adds to the buying power. So eventually we can start getting out of these one contract realms and get into higher number of contracts. So when we have these winners, we'll be able to have a more amplified return. So let's go ahead and now do today's lesson is the order ticket. And come here and show the order ticket and apply OK. Now remember, once you have established your 3-to-1 ratio and your 3-to-1 ratio ruler using the Fibonacci retracement instrument tool, this does not add a buffer. This is going to be 237.30. So if price crosses above 237.30, we are going to be out. So we can do is we go here to our ratio. Actually, I misinterpreted. This should have been EP. That should have been EP stop right here, 247.50. No, anyway, 237.30. Let's go ahead and correct this now. So August 1st, first ratio. There we go. I did do a mistake there in my notes, but we can clean it up now, and it's going to be greater than 237.30. So, and also we want it in the up direction. So we'll go ahead and grab those notes, do the copy, send it to the chart, come to our order ticket. Now we change the order ticket. Right here, we change our order ticket. Come here, and now we'll go ahead and mark, and if it's 247, now we're going to get 237.30. And that is going to be our entry, and we'll confirm. It's right there at above 237.30 and 237.30 right there is the first ratio, and we are good. So now we have locked in our profit, and when we go back to my default, and it gets us back to our zoomed in, and now we have protected the position. So rule number 1, protect capital. That's what the EP stop is about, with the cost of the lost bid. But then you have the first ratio locking in profit. Going on now to gold. The minutes we're closing down, and here is gold. And gold is still has not cleared its first ratio. It's still, we can see, almost barely there. Our again, our timer is off. So let's go ahead and aggregate to 3 months. And now we can see it right there. You can see it right there. It's has not cleared. It's cleared the entry, and it did clear the first ratio. So again, this was in July, so now we're in August, and then right now it's, let me look at that line. Let's draw the line and see if we are we are clear for the first ratio rule. We are technically of a first ratio rule right there, 168.40. So yes, we can go ahead and do that because we are in the new rules. And when you do an Elvis shift and you apply new exit rules, the new exit rules are applied. So 168.40, and the low was 169.53. So we are going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and knock out this line here, and 168.40 and 168.40, and okay. And now we'll go ahead and call up our order ticket, and so we'll go ahead and clean this out, and this is going to be a less than, and it's 168.40. 168.40. Okay, and now we'll go to our order ticket and change our order ticket, and that will conclude today's report. Here, we're going to do a separate video for TLRY, and 168. Whoa, we already had the 168.40. We just did not have our notes up to date. So we already have initialized the first ratio here for gold. So that was kind of cool. So there it is. Gold is now set. If it touches, we'll get out with a little bit of profit. Look, it's only going to be about 10%, but the bottom line is that it's going to be in positive territory. Everybody else is running negative. We're going to do TLR as a separate issue. So let's go on and close it tonight and go on to TLR and do the rest of the account. And I thank you very much for stopping by and checking out part 1 of today.